Hi, I'm Kathy Medeo. Welcome to Honor Yoga's 30-day Back to the Mat Challenge. Today's pose is Half Moon Pose, Ardha Chandrasana in Sanskrit. Today's pose is an externally standing balancing pose, which makes it kind of complex, which is why if you're feeling challenged, you are. If you have a hard time balancing in this pose, it could be that your gluteus medius or your abductor muscles on the outer hip are a little bit weak because they work to stabilize the balancing leg and also to lift the back leg. So that's good news. You just need to strengthen those a little bit and then the pose will feel more stable. Another common thing that happens in this pose is people have a tendency to close the foot or kind of move the foot as they come into the pose as a way to compensate for balance. But what you're actually doing then is closing the hip, and this is an open hip pose. So we want to work to get that bottom foot nice and parallel to the side edges of the mat. I'm going to show you first against the wall. If you've never done it against the wall, I highly recommend it. It will help you keep the foot parallel, help you reach the floor, and also help you get that top leg nice and open so that you can feel what it means to stack the hips. So you'll take a block or any household object, place it a little bit forward so that when you come to balance, it'll be right underneath the shoulder. Right now, I have my right hip against the wall. So you'd want to have your right hip against the wall. And then you will open up your left hip all the way until it hits the wall. And that's what we mean by stacking the hips. So I've got my left hip stacked on top of the right, and I can use the wall. I'm pressing my heel into the wall, my shoulders into the wall, and I can even reach the arms up. And you can find a nice half moon pose this way. So just take a couple breaths here if you're practicing with me. And to come out of the pose, you can place the hand on the hip, bend the front knee, and slide on up. So I'll show that without any props on the mat, and I'll show it from the back side. So from here, one big step or several steps, hinge forward. My right hand is right underneath my right shoulder, and I'm doing that stacking of the hip. So I'm actively stacking left hip on top of right, using that gluteus medius muscle to stabilize the bottom leg. And now I'm going to work on stacking the shoulders and finding my balance. Once you have your balance, the left arm can reach up. And you're working to just find these nice kind of straight lines in your body, playing with balance here. We'll take a few breaths. Got my lifted leg nice and active. To come out, place the hand on the hip, bend the front knee, and go back into a standing external pose. And that's half moon pose. I hope you're enjoying the challenge. Namaste.